Okay. Hello. 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 It's supposed to be July 2025, and I remembered about this. I can't remember if it was this morning or last night, but I remember this comes up from time to time. I was an extra as a part of the Daily Planet. Oh, and Superman Returns in 2005. Yeah, it was 2005. I remember I was out at the I was out at the pub in the Sydney CBD. I can't remember what month it was. I was out at the pub, and I got a call. And it was my agent. I got a call. It was in a crowded pub. It was very loud in the pub, and I got a call from my agent, and I went outside to take it. And she said to me, I could barely hear her. She said, "Do you want 3 days on Superman?" And I said, "Superman, what?" I said, "Did you say Superman?" Yeah, I said, "Did you say 3 days?" She said, 30 days. Superman Returns. I had no idea there was Superman. I had no idea there was a Superman movie happening at the time. And she said, 30 days. Say yes. Thank you. Great. Talk to you later. Bye. And so what happened was I got 30 days on. I got 30 days on Superman Returns. It was. I look back on this in sadness. It was an incredible experience. We got treated very well, and there was got assigned to a desk. And there was got assigned to a desk, and there was a particular scene. I was at a desk. There was a particular scene, and we did a take, and then the second AD came up to me. The second AD is always in charge of the extras, and the second AD came up to me. And he said, "I've got a problem," and I, for some reason I said, "I haven't done anything wrong. I'm good." He said, "No." He said, "You haven't done anything wrong at all. You haven't done anything." He said, "No, that's not the problem." He said, "It turns out that you have a very strong screen presence. In fact, you have a stronger screen presence than Brandon Ruth." And my extra friends around me were like, "Oh," and he said, "So what we're going to get you to do is just lean more into the board, like lean into it more." I ended up like this. I turned in this weird angle like this, and I'm like, okay. And what happened was, like the third take, my extra friend said, "Fuck him! You get on that camera. You get on that camera." And so what I did was, for the third take, I did this. Take ends. The AD comes over and said, "Pat, I need to lean in like this," and the other guy's like, "Hey, if he let him be in the picture," and the second AD said, "Mate, I need you to do this like completely." And the extras who were near me, they said, "They shouldn't be getting you to do that. They should be letting you have something more." And at the time, I was, I guess I was quite somewhat naive about the whole thing, and very naive about the whole thing. And things would have been very different. I'll look it up in a moment. It's I'm at the drawing board. I have to go. I haven't been on YouTube I've been off YouTube for 4 days now. Superman Returns. It's I'm I will look it up, include it in this, but for the time being, it's a bit miserable that happened, actually. I went home and I was talking to some friends about it. I said, oh, you know, I said to them, I told them what happened. I explained to them, and they said, oh, get them to give you a line. You want to be right in front of the camera. Get them to give you a line. Get them to or get them to put you in another movie. And I said, no, I can't do that. They said, yes, you can. When you're on the set next, you say, hey, if I'm that good, if I'm doing that, give me a line, give me a few lines, or put me in a short film, or put me in another feature. And that didn't end up happening. They didn't. What they should have done was said, right, okay. They said, we'll give you, what we're going to do is, you're still really good on film, you're coming through really good on film. We're going to put you in a short, but there's another feature that's going on. There's another feature which is happening. We want you to try out for it. We're going to put you in it. We're going to put you in it. We're going to give you a few lines. We're going to give you a co-starring part or a lead part, because I had some people around me who said a couple of my friends said, yes, you're very photogenic, Pat, and also they said, if they're thinking that about you, you get them to give you something. And there was a couple of my extra friends who were like, fuck, they said, they should be getting you to get in front of that camera, right up in front of it. And that didn't happen. They didn't do that. And there was a couple of people around me who were like, they should be doing a lot more for you. They should be doing a lot more for you right now, giving you an opportunity. And my friends, like my friends who I related this to, they were like, oh, you're going to be in front of that camera now. You're going to be in front of it. And they were saying, you make sure that they go up to him and say, you're going to put me in front of the camera now. And I later got angry with my agent at the time. Because my agent at the time, she didn't try to get me any lead or supporting roles at the time, and nothing eventuated. The thing is, okay, that if they had done what they should have done, which was get me into some roles and get me going, get either stay with my same agent or move on to an agent who was going to get me actual roles, but really got the ball rolling for me. Like, if one of those people, it was a Hollywood set, Hollywood come to Australia, Hollywood was in Sydney. If one of the people on that American crew, one of the producers, so people know people, and what could or should have happened was, hey, you're good. I've got an agent who you need to talk to. We're going to hook you up with them. The thing is, if that had happened, it wouldn't have been good for me, because what happened at the time, from being, I developed ego from being on all those sets. I wasn't exactly humble about it at the time. I developed a bit of ego and attitude. I developed a restless attitude because I didn't want to be an extra anymore. I'd done my time as an extra. I'd served my time as an extra. Didn't need to be an extra anymore. I did too much time as an extra. I was ready to move on. But the thing is, I think things wouldn't. If they had given that to me, or at that time, if they had, still kind of angry about it. I still get a bit angry about it. But the irony is that. And there was an opportunity given to one of the extras on the set. He was given an opportunity I think something that Logan's Run was coming about, and two of the women who were in charge of certain things talking privately in front. I was 12, 13 feet away. Talking privately to them. They said, "See on the set of Logan's Run, see on the set." And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "What the fuck about me? What about me?" And I was like, "What about me?" And I was like, "Yeah." I got really annoyed at that, and really annoyed about that. If those things had happened, this is what would have happened, because I was getting ego. This is what would have taken place. If I had become an A-lister, if I started getting, if I had have gone to Hollywood at that age, if I had started getting roles at that time, if they had given that to me, if they had allowed me that opportunity and presented that opportunity to me, it wouldn't have went well for me. It would not have went well. I was immature at the time. I used to do weird things. I was a bit obnoxious at the time. I was a bit obnoxious at that time. So it's the 12th of the 7th, 2025. This footage, the Superman Returns video has not gone up yet because I was troubled about something in it, and I had to get it. I said obnoxious. I would have been too arrogant for that back then. I would have been too arrogant, and I do have that trait. I had it more than a decade ago, and I said obnoxious. Now, obnoxious, yes, but obnoxious and arrogant are two different words. They mean two different things, and I would have been too arrogant. I would have been too arrogant, and for it back then. So, yeah. So yes. Okay. We are house sitting in Blackheath at the moment, hence the very different looking background. We're here for 10 days. It's fantastic so far. Thought I would add that in. Okay. And I would have been very immature in Hollywood. I would have been immature in Hollywood, and I would have made the headlines for all the wrong reasons. I think I pretty much would have made a fool of myself, and at the time I would have thought that it was funny, and I think that I would have been very difficult to be around. I would have been very difficult to be around. I would have made not so good choices. I would have been like, I'm a star, or I am a star, but I handle it very differently these days. These days now, I'm humble about it, but just different approach. Give me all the attention, give it to me. No. If it had happened for me back then, I still get so angry about this. Because they said, you've got more screen presence than Brandon Routh. Yes. Then do something more for me. And they did nothing. They did absolutely nothing. But at the same time, I would have not have handled it well. I would have been very difficult to deal with, and I wouldn't have handled it well, ego-wise, and I don't know if I would have made good choices. I just realised something. 2005, I had not started my feature. This is what I was thinking about earlier today. If that had happened for me at that time, what could have resulted from that? So they line me up with an agent. I get the agent, but they get me. I get a movie, and I'm in that movie. Now the thing is, if that had happened in that way, I would not have met Tia. Now Tia, I went out with her late 2005 through till late 2007, I think it was. We were only supposed to go out for 2 months. I was supposed to leave her after 2 months, but I was gullible. Or not gullible, I played the fool for a long time. Stayed a lot longer than I should have. So I wouldn't have met Tia, because if I was doing a movie somewhere, that just would have taken me on a different path. Wouldn't have met Tia. And maybe have got on, would have been what, a movie here or 2 movies here, or a movie here, then to Los Angeles. Wouldn't have met Tia, wouldn't be sitting where I am today. The thing is, wouldn't have done 5 years on YouTube. Also, I didn't start writing my feature until 2008. Late 2008 I started writing my feature. And I wouldn't have started that. Wouldn't have all the ideas that I have now. I would have been doing other people's scripts, which I'm quite happy to do, which I do wish to do, but I've got all my own stuff lined up. And the thing is, if they had have presented that all to me, if they had done what they could have done back then, I just would have been in a different place now. And I don't think I would have handled it very well. I just would not have handled it well. And I think back to that sometimes. I get sad and angry, but then I'm like, yeah, but I wouldn't have handled it well. In terms of, we've done a lot of stupid things. And wasn't meant to have that back then. I wouldn't have my feature script right now. I wouldn't have that. Wouldn't have it. Oh, my books of poetry. Oh my gosh, I may not have written those. Like, I've 4 volumes of poetry. I think I've been working on my 5th one for a decade. I did 4. I was very satisfied with that. And then I think I started working on a 5th book, which I haven't finished yet. But I was so satisfied with the volumes that I did that I've been taking my time on the 5th one. 8 years of time. Wouldn't have those. So it all makes sense. And well, I think I've just answered everything for myself. I just think back to it sometimes. He said you've got more screen presence than Brandon Routh. Damn straight, damn right I do. And that was that. I'm pretty, I tell you, pretty. I'm pretty. Okay.